Good evening and welcome to Missouri Valley College. We are in Grover C. Redford Gymnasium on the campus of Missouri Valley College, and we welcome one of the new members in the Heart of America Conference tonight, the Crusaders out of Clarke University out of Dubuque, Iowa. I'm Ken Quiava, Joe all alongside, and glad to have you with us as well on KMMO for our doubleheader tonight. Don't know if we'll have a game Saturday against William Penn with the ice storm coming, but we'll worry about that at that time. Joe, this is one of the new teams in the league. Looking forward to it. Don Adams in his 7th year as the coach, and I'll tell you what, it's a pretty good ball club, these Crusaders.
Well, they are, Ken, and they're 5-6, I believe, right now in conference play. So they're in the upper half of the conference. So they're playing. He told me it's a 6-hour drive down here. So let's hope maybe that's an advantage for the Vikings. No way it can be an advantage for Clarke.
You imagine last Saturday they were in Springfield, so they drove down this way 8.5 hours.
Yeah.
And there's 7 today. And we'll talk as we go along in this game. I talked to him a while before the game and found out how it all came about that they and Mount Mercer are in this conference now. So we'll talk about that as we go along this game as well. This broadcast copyrighted by the Mass Communications Department of the Communications, Humanities, and Human Service Division of Missouri Valley College for the private use of our audience. Any retransmission or the use of the content of this broadcast without the express written consent of Missouri Valley College is prohibited. Joe had a chance to visit with the aforementioned Don Adams in his 7th year as the head coach of the Crusaders.
Okay, chatting now with Clarke's women's coach, Don Adams. Coach, welcome to the Heart of America Conference. I guess this is your first trip to Marshall. You guys are up in Dubuque, Iowa. How long did it take you to get here? And you can answer me either in hours or days.
Well, thank you first for having us, and we're enjoying our time in the Heart. It took us 6 hours. We left last night around 4:15, 4:30, and we ended up getting here a little after midnight. And then we had a little stop on the way, so it was a solid 6-hour drive, and we got in around midnight. So
well, it's good to have you here. Also good to have you in the conference. Hey, your team playing, let's see, 2 out of your last 3 games. You knocked off Evangel a game or so ago. A nice win for you, I think, on the road. Then you lose very close games to William Penn and Central Methodist, a couple of real good teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it's just we've been competitive with the majority of the teams this year so far in the Heart. It's just we got to clean up some things offensively, defensively in those last few minutes. Whether it's getting a score or getting a stop when we need it, and we could have won maybe a couple of them. But again, we're competing, and that's what I'm happy about. Again, we play hard, and I can't ask for any more than that.
Well, you are competing, and you're really doing pretty well in the conference race right now. I think you're 5-6 in conference play. You're tied for 6th place, so you're in the upper half of the conference.
Yeah, so that's where we're at right now. We got obviously a lot of basketball yet to go, so hopefully we can continue to improve and then again clean up some of those little things and grab a few more wins and see where we end up at the end of February.
And a couple girls leading in scoring, senior Kelsey Ernst and junior Kay Whittington.
Yeah, I mean those two. I mean Kia is our point guard. She's the heart and soul of this team. She's the quarterback of the team. We go as she goes. And Kelsey Ernst has been been my best post player for probably since she stepped on the court, along with a couple other ones. But she's just a workout. She's undersized, but she just knows how to get it done. I mean, she's relentless.
Tim Dixon joins you before this ball game. Coach, one of the new teams in the conference, the Clarke Crusaders, are in town. Know much about them?
Well, they kind of remind me of Evangel a little bit. They got some pretty big guards and got one really quick point guard and some height. So, we just got to take care of the ball, and they do a lot of on-ball screens. So, we're going to switch our defense like we normally do, and hopefully they'll take care of, of their offense, and we should be able to do really well, I think, defensively tonight and holding them to low field goal percentage.
I thought, well, for the most part, in Kansas City the other night against Abilene, shot the ball well and then kind of in a drought in the 4th quarter, and that cost you, didn't it?
It did, and, we didn't get enough stops in the 4th quarter to make a difference in the game. And so, again, we've been preaching all, since Monday night, I guess, basically. We need to get stops and make those continuous stops. We can't have 2 stops and then 3 scores because that doesn't help us. So defensively, I think we're okay. Offensively, we're in the same boat. We talk about making shots, and we got to get at least a bucket every 2 possessions. Yeah. And I think if we do that, we should be back on track.
Coach, we don't know about Saturday's game. We'll play that when it comes up, whether it's played or not, but really could be a busy weekend for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a fun weekend, whether it's a game or not, with the big storm coming. And so, we're going to play it by ear and see what happens on Saturday morning, and then we'll make adjustments and see when we're going to have to play that makeup game if it does get canceled. But tonight focused on Clarke, and we just got to make sure we take care of the ball and just switch and talk and rebound. I think we'll definitely have a chance to come out on top.
Coach, look forward to it. Talk to you after the game.
All right, thanks.
So there you've heard from both of the coaches. Let's go with the starting lineup, and we'll talk about some injuries to Valley as we go along here, too. The Kia Whittington out of Beloit, Wisconsin, the 5'6" junior point guard. She's a dandy. Leads the conference in steals. Natasha Adamas out of Rockford, Illinois, a 6'1" sophomore. Mariah Begin out of Wautosa, Wisconsin. She is a 5'8" junior. Molly Kleppen out of Morton Grove, Illinois, a 5'6" senior. And Kelsey Ernst out of Belleville, Iowa, a 5'11" senior. There's the starting lineup. Now for the Vikings. The Vikings will go with Ashley Ward, a 5'8" sophomore out of Springdale, Arkansas. Also in the starting lineup is Tessa Ramsey out of Australia, 6'2" sophomore. Veronica Petkova, the 5'10" junior out of Bulgaria, in the starting lineup, as is Haley Myers, 6'2" sophomore. She is from Troy, Missouri. And let's see, Deidre is gonna start tonight. Deidre McCoy missed the last couple of games, and with some injuries and some illness, Deidre, the leading scorer and rebounder, is at least going to start. But Joe, we're out without Peyton Funk, hurt her knee against Avila, and Lindsay Denny, and this sounds like a painful injury. A couple of games ago was elbowed, and she ends up tearing the cartilage away from a rib off her sternum. So she is out tonight, and I said something to her. She started to laugh. I said, I'm sorry, because that hurts to laugh, cry, move, or anything when you have a rib injury.
Well,
so,
that takes a fan out of the stands. Her
yeah.
mom's here every game, so you might still be here tonight. I don't know. We'll just have to see. But Ramsey and jumping it up against Adamas, and their officials say we didn't do too well that time. We're going to throw that thing up again. So they played 5 seconds already, and they're going to re-jump the center jump.
The only times you use that anymore is the start of a game and start of overtime.
Right, exactly. And thank goodness. I think that's a good, very good rule.
Great rule.
Used
great
to hate
rule.
jump balls.
A great rule.
All right, this time it looks like Clarke gets a tap. They tip it ahead to Whittington. Fast break, missed the layup. And a nice rebound by Haley Myers. So the Vikings, Clarke gets the first possession, but the Vikings turn them away on defense. Now McCoy, who had to sit out the last 2 games. Good to see her back in the lineup again. Petkova gives it to Ramsey, high post. Now hands back to Deidre. Deidre drives in, missed the runner, and a nice rebound. That rebound ripped out of there that time by Kelsey Ernst, the leading scorer on this team. And now they're going to call a foul.
On Ernst, I think.
That's going to be on Ernst. So Kelsey Ernst, the leading scorer on this team, averaging 14.2 points a game, draws the foul, and Deidre McCoy will be on the line for 2 shots here. Dee averaging 16-plus points a game, knocks down the first free throw, so good to see her knock down that first point for the Vikings. She will have one more with 9:28 just underway here in the first quarter. Second shot by Dee out of Hot Spring. Got it. So Dee knocks down both free throws, so the Vikings draw first blood here. They go ahead 2-0 here at home against Clarke. First time, Ken, that I know of that these two teams have ever played.
Maybe the first time ever.
There's a jump shot, head of the key, misses that time, taken by Natasha Adamas. A rebound, here comes Petkova for the Vikings, quickly into the forecourt, underneath, nice pass to Haley Myers. Myers turnaround good, so Vikings off to a great start. Haley Myers knocks one down from the post, and Missouri Valley on top here, 4-0. Now lob inside, double team, back outside. That goes outside to Kleppen. Now lob down low. Nice cut that time and a great pass. That was a backdoor cut by Natasha Adamas. Kia Whittington got the ball to her on the low block. Adamas lays it in 4-2 Missouri Valley. There's Meyer, the other way. Meyer, good pass, good shot. Banged it off the glass, but just rolled around the rim and came off. So good look that time, Ken. They got the ball to Haley on the left wing, just could not convert.
A lot of these gals wearing white headbands tonight, so I guess they decided as a team maybe change the luck a little bit, wearing some white headbands. At least it's working early.
Everybody except Tessa Ramsey. Tessa not with the headband. She's out of Melbourne, Australia. Now Kelsey Ernst spins into the lane. Nice touch on that jump shot as Ernst puts it up right in the middle of the lane. It bangs around on the rim and falls through. So with 8:13 left to play in the first quarter, we are tied at 4. High post Ramsey for the Vikings. Tessa guarded by Ertz. Now gets it on the right wing to A.W. Ashley Ward. Ward's had a big game up at Avila the other night. Now nice pass into Ramsey. As Ramsey got good position on her girl down low, and that's going to be the second foul on Kelsey Ernst. So the leading scorer on this Clarke team will have to go to the bench with 2 fouls right now. And checking into the lineup is Ashley Werner. Werner, a senior out of Madison, Wisconsin, checks in for Clarke. The Clarke Crusaders. Ramsey down low, turnaround jump shot. Petkova, good. Nice touch on that one as they get the ball to Veronica Petkova. Right lane, she lays it in. Now quickly, Clarke the other way, and they get it ahead to Werner, who just checked in, and she kind of beat the Vikings down the floor that time, and so she's going to be fouled. That foul's going to come up on Ramsey, and that'll put Werner on the line for 2 shots here. First shot misses. So Ashley Werner misses the first of 2. She will have 1 more. Vikings with Meyer, McCoy, Petkova, Ramsey, and Ashley and Ward on the floor. Those are the 5 that started the game, and Werner knocks down the second one. So the Viking lead has been cut to 1. 7:44 left to play in the first quarter. Clarke looks like they're in the man-to-man defense as McCoy hands on the left wing to Ward. Ward goes around Whittington, a little bit of a bump that time by Kia Whittington, so she runs into Ashley Ward. That's going to be the 3rd foul already on Clarke. We've only played less than 3 minutes, about 2.5 minutes so far, and the Crusaders already been assessed with 3 fouls. Petkova to Ramsey. Ramsey goes in strong, left it short. Nice offensive rebound, Petkova. Back to Ramsey, hands back to Veronica. Ooh, Veronica, I think, got away with a shuffle right there. Harlem shuffle, no call. Underneath, good cut, backdoor cut as Haley Meyer gets the ball into a cutting Deidre McCoy. Good pass by Haley. Deidre had the shot partially blocked, but she's fouled.
That's Whittington's second foul.
2 on Whittington, so there's 2 on Whittington, 2 on Ernst, the 2 leading scorers on this Clarke team. And that's the 4th foul altogether. So for the remainder of the first quarter, any foul against Clarke will result in 2 free throws for the Vikings as McCoy knocks down the first one. She will have 1 more. Come on, Deidre. Deidre averaging over 16 points a game, has had to sit out, as we said, the last 2. But, boy, you don't see the effects of that so far as she's a perfect 4 for 4 from the stripe. Mo Valley up 8-5. Adamas spins back to the free throw line. Tries to get it out, gets it outside. There's a deep 3 from the head of the key, and that's good, and that's buried by Mariah Begin. So Mariah Begin knocks down a 3, ties the game up at 8 apiece. Good play that time by Clarke. Man-to-man, McCoy goes to the right wing, now gets it high post to Ward. Ward hands on the baseline to Petkova. Her jump shot misses. Rebound comes away to Begin. She wants to run the floor. Pulls up at the free throw line. Misses this one. Loose ball. Tessa Ramsey grabs it for the Vikings.
Good job by Tessa. She got the rebound, and there were a lot of people around. She just waited for everybody to clear and then gave it off to Dito. Good job.
All tied at 8. 6 minutes and 23 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Coach Don Adams on his feet down on the other side. Now Ward fakes a 3, drives in, and she's going to be fouled, and that should put Ashley Ward on the line for 2 shots. And, Ken, that's exactly what Ashley does better than anything else. Take that ball to the basket. She faked the 3-point shot that time, put the ball on the deck, went right down the left side, and draws the foul. And that's going to come up on Mariah Begin, and that'll be foul number 5. So the Vikings in the double bonus for the rest of the quarter, and Ward
of the year. So good job by the Vikings shooting those free throws.
Good start tonight. They are 6 for 6 from the line as they only have 2 baskets, but 6 free throws, and they lead it now by the score of 10-8.
Ashley Ward takes his seat. Peterson into the game.
Now Meyer almost gets a steal. Haley steps into the passing lane and knocks it out of bounds, but good defense by Haley Meyer, the sophomore out of Troy, Missouri. Now inbounding Ramirez in the lineup. There's a three off the left side. This one misses. That one was taken by Begin. Annette Pedersen quickly to the forecourt. Out to Petkova. Petkova over to McCoy. Now Veronica fakes a three. Dee cranks a three. This one misses. Offensive rebound, Jordan Salas. Good job. Jump shot, Meyer, good. That's just a two. But nice offensive rebound that time by Jordan Salas. Got it outside to Haley Meyer. Haley hit her second bucket. Now underneath, they're going to call a carry. They're going to say that Ashley Werner cupped her hand trying to drive the baseline, so they're going to call that a violation. So with 5:38 left to play, the Vikings have scored the last two buckets. They lead at 12-8.
And remember, the two leading scorers, Ernst and Whittington, on the bench with 2 fouls apiece. The Vikings need to take advantage of that.
Pedersen on the right wing to Meyer. Good ball movement by the Vikings. Deep three by Pedersen, good! Annette Pedersen, where has that three come from? She's knocked down that one tonight. In the last game up at Avalon Monday night, she buried 2 triples up there. Big shot right there, 15-8 Missouri Valley. Now Adamas, nice strong move as that time put the ball on the deck. Natasha Adamas took it right down the right lane. She was not going to be denied that time. Lays it off the glass. She's got 4, 15-10 Missouri Valley ahead. McCoy, head of the key, Peterson. Now McCoy gets a return pass, goes baseline, runs into trouble, runs into traffic, has it taken away. Now quickly, here come the Crusaders. Oh, nice pass. The shot was missed. That shot was missed by Ramirez. A nice bounce pass that time by Jayla Penny as she hit Ramirez on the dead run. Jade Ramirez missed the layup, so the Vikings dodged the bullet right there with 4:38 left to play in the quarter, leading 15-10.
Ivanova checks in, and Dede comes out for a break.
It's Ivanova, Meyer, Pedersen, Salas, and Petkova, the 5 on the floor for the Vikings right now. Salas, good ball movement that time. Now Petkova down low, into the corner. Meyer cranks from the corner. This one hits the heel of the rim and comes off. I think Pedersen maybe got away with a reach that time. Now knocks it away. Taken away by Ivanova. Here comes Missouri Valley. Dasha, great pass to Jordan Salas, up and in. Nice pass that time by Dasha Ivanova as she finds Jordan Salas streaking down the right side. Jordan lays it in, 17-10 Vikings. Now getting loose down underneath is Ashley Werner. She got positioned down in the low block, flipped it in with the left hand. Cuts the Viking lead to 5 with 3 minutes and 47 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Ken, I've been impressed by the way the Vikes have moved the ball so far here in the first quarter.
Doing a good job, and here they get it inside to Salas, and she's fouled. And so, like I say, with Ernst and Whittington out, the Vikings really working on the underneath, passing the ball very well and getting some good looks.
That's a nice pass that time by Petkova. She had the ball on the baseline, found the big girl, Jordan Salas. Jordan, a 6'1" junior out of Winfield, Kansas. She was loose on the low block and got the first one. So Salas knocks down the free throw, give her 3 points in the game. She will have one more.
Mentioned the Vikings shoot 74% from the free throw line. That's very good, and they lead the conference in that percentage.
Salas to try to extend the lead to 7. Bends the knee, puts it in the air, got it. Boy, Ken, the Vikings putting on a clinic from the free throw line right now. 8 out of 8 from the stripe here in the first quarter. 3.5 minutes left to play. Likes that man-to-man defense. Ramirez, head of the key to Adamas. Adamas cranks a 3 up there, hits a backboard and rolls off. Rebound Ashley Ward. AW all the way to the rack. Oh, wow. A lot of contact there, but they're going to say that's a tie-up as Jade Ramirez collides with Ashley Ward. They say she got the ball, so good news is Vikes will keep it with the alternate possession.
Ashley was a little under control there, out of control there, and that's probably why they called that.
Now Meyer, now timeout by the officials. We're down to 3:19 in the first quarter. I don't know if that's a shot clock deal or what.
Yeah, they put 24 seconds on it.
So Viking ball underneath. They lead it 19-12. They've led the entire way here so far. Meyer gets it outside to Ivanova. Now Haley gets a return pass in the corner. Bounces into Salas. Outside to Ward. Good ball movement by the Vikings. Salas high post. Drives in up with the left hand. Left this one a little bit short. And I think they're going to call a foul. Is that on Ashley Ward? I think Ward called for the push-off right there. So Ashley picks up, and that's only Ken, that's only the second foul on the Vikings.
Yeah, so the Vikes in good shape there with only 3 minutes to go here in this first quarter.
They lead it 19-12. Need a win. This team needs a win here tonight. Now dribbling to the left lane is Jennifer Petkoff. There's a deep three by Ramirez. Good. Jade Ramirez knocks one down on the left arc. And that's a second triple for Clarke. That trims the Viking lead down to 4. 2.5 minutes left in the quarter. Ivanova outside. Ivanova guarded out there by Penny. Gets it in the corner to Pettersson. Pettersson, high post, Meyer. Meyer, hook pass in the corner to Ivanova. Nice fake by Dasha. Deep three by Pettersson. This one rolls around. Offensive rebound, Ward put it up, missed it. Good hustle by Ashley Ward, just couldn't get the follow to go. Here come the Crusaders the other direction. There's a three by the left-hander, and that miss. Is that going to be, what's that going to be?
I think a foul away from the ball on Meyer, a push away
on
from the
Haley
ball
Meyer.
before the
That shot was taken by Petkoff. That rolled around the rim and came off, but they said Haley Meyer shoving underneath, so a foul away from the ball against the Vikings. Crusaders retain possession. Penny. Down low. No, going back strong. Warner got that ball, went right down between Haley Meyer and Dasha Ivanova. Goes up strong, and she's going to be fouled by Dasha. So now the Vikings, the foul's starting to mount, as that's 4. Since we said they only had 2, they picked up 2 quick ones. So
still 2 minutes to go in the quarter.
That puts Ashley Warner on the line for 2 shots. First one's good. Ball danced around the rim and dropped. So Warner, we're kind of giving this team a lift off the bench. She has 4 points right now as Haley Meyer comes out and Veronica Petkova. And Veronica just took her headband off. I don't know what that means.
She said, I didn't want it. It was okay for a minute, not used to it.
Second shot, rolls around the rim and misses. Nice rebound by Salas. 19-16, Missouri Valley on top. They've led the entire quarter. Ward goes baseline. Contact, no call. Nice hustle by Ramirez as Ramirez tried to save that but couldn't, so it's out of bounds off of Clarke. The Clarke Crusaders out of what? Dubuque, Iowa, right?
Iowa. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about it at the end of the first quarter.
All right, it'll be Missouri Valley ball. Petkova will trigger it inbounds. Looking. Now finally gets it outside. Now throws it away. Taken away by Ramirez for Clarke. Ramirez goes all the way to the rack. Now hands inside to Warner. Warner flips up a hook shot. No good. Nice rebound by Salas. Boy, thought Warner was going to have an easy one right there. 1.5 left to play in the quarter. Missouri Valley's led the entire way. They lead currently by 3 points. Ward with the left-hand dribble, picked up outside by Adamas. 1:21 left in the quarter. Ivanova pulls up for the jumper. This one off the right side. Adamas rakes down the rebound. Quickly ahead to Petkoff. Now Petkoff throws it away, taken away by Salas. Jordan, the big girl, wants to run. Nice pass inside to Petkova. Great job. Salas ran the floor, found Ivanova on the left wing. She flipped it back to Petkova in the middle, and Veronica knocked it down. So Ken, I've been impressed by the ball movement of the Vikings so far.
Using the glasses, Petkova. The free throws have been a difference in this first quarter. 8-2, the difference scoring there. So it looks like Boyd Lockett, Alexis Boyd Lockett will check in. The alumni social going on in the balcony area of Grover C. Redford Gymnasium. That crowd will continue to grow as the evening goes along. So some of the alumni here may be getting their first look at the Vikings this year. 58 seconds to go in the quarter, 21-16. Glad to have all the folks listening on KMMO. I have you on listening on KMO. It's being webcast on moval.edu and also broadcast on KMMO. Big thanks to Albert Howland, everyone at Marshall, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram for making this broadcast on KMMO possible. 58 seconds to go in the quarter.
All right, so far from Missouri Valley, Veronica Petkova, Deidre McCoy, Jordan Salas, and Haley Meyer all have 4 points. So good balance. 3 for Annette Pettersson and 2 for Ashley Ward. So very good balance for the Vikings in scoring so far. All right, it's Clarke's ball. Now driving inside, Adamas had it knocked away out of bounds. So that time Natasha Adamas Tried to take it to the rack. Somebody got a hand in there and knocked that one away. So it'll be Clarke's ball out of bounds. We're under a minute, 43.7 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Bounce pass Warner. Warner looks, holds the ball high above her head, hands back outside to Ramirez with 35 seconds in the quarter. Down to 3 on the shot clock. They're not going to get a shot away. Shot clock goes off, and that's a shot clock violation. Great defense by the Vikings that time.
Vikings played good defense and not very good awareness by the Crusaders.
And now the shot clock is turned off, so if they choose, the Vikings can play for the last shot of the first quarter. 27.1 seconds left to play. Lockett will walk it up, brings it across the timeline, hands on the right wing to Dede. Now she gets it high post to Salas. Back to Ward. Oh, Ashley loses the dribble. Ball taken away. Here comes Ramirez, 13 seconds. Ramirez hands inside to Adamas. Got it. So it would look like maybe it's going to be a last-second Viking shot. Turns into a basket for Clarke. Now at the buzzer, Ward puts it up, missed it. So give the Crusaders credit. They make a nice little run at the end of the quarter, and they've trimmed what was, I think, at one time like a 7-point lead. They've trimmed it down to 3.
That was 19-12 at one time. So good job, 6-2 run there. You asked about Clarke. They're located in Dubuque, Iowa. It's a Catholic college. And Dubuque, Iowa, and Dubuque is located right on the Mississippi River in northeast Iowa, just across the Wisconsin border. 6-hour trip from Marshall. The college has about a little over 1,000 students, and Dubuque itself is about 57,000 people.
So it is a Catholic school.
It's a Catholic school, and then I was talking to Don Adams, and again, we'll spend a little time at halftime of how they got into this conference.
Okay.
The reason they're in this conference is the conference they were in completely disbanded, basically.
Did it? Were they in Mount Mercy in the same
Mount Mercy
conference?
were looking for somewhere to go.
Okay.
So it's kind of an interesting story, so we'll talk about that a little bit at halftime.
And I guess the $64,000 question, if and when are Clarke and Mount Mercy going to start football?
A year after next.
Are they?
The year after next.
Right.
They've already hired a football coach.
Okay.
Mount Mercy, I do not know, but Clarke, they're advertising for a coach, and they'll start the season after next in 2018.
You answered the question of the night.
There it is.
So I don't know how much money that $64,000. I guess is what I said.
There you go.
I better go.
But it's
see if I can get a loan.
Kind of interesting how they got into the conference. So if you remember a few years ago, on a larger scale with the Big 8, when Missouri was leaving, they were worried about the conference. That's kind of what happened in their conference. So we'll talk about it at halftime.
All right, it's Clarke ball to start the second quarter. The Vikings lead it by 3. Into the corner it comes to Penny. Now shot up, this one missed. Nice rebound by McCoy. Gets it to Petkova, head of the pack. Veronica goes up, missed it. Gets her rebound, now tied up underneath. Is that a foul? It's a jump ball. Boy, Petkova got out ahead of the pack. Nice pass by Deidre McCoy, but Veronica maybe going a little bit too fast and banged that one off the glass, off the rim. But tie up underneath, it'll be the Viking ball with alternate possession. And coming back into the Clarke lineup, Molly Kleppen. She's a senior out of Morton Grove, Illinois. Haley Meyer inbound for the Vikings. Haley gets it outside to Ward. Now Ashley backs it out between the two circles. She'll set the offense against a man-to-man defense. Just underway here in the second quarter, 21-18, Missouri Valley. Vikes have led the entire way. Now Ward down low, up off the glass, too strong. And boy, Vikes have missed several shots right inside. Both Petkova and Ward missed one, and that's going to be a foul on the Vikings. And that foul is going to come up on Deidre McCoy. That'll be her, or no, I'm sorry, that'll come up on Tessa Ramsey. That'll be her second. Ramirez brings it across. High post now, knocked away by Petkova. Veronica ahead of the pack again. She doesn't miss this time as Veronica got the steal, knocked it away, took it the length of the floor. And I tell you, Ken, for a big girl, she handles the ball pretty well.
She is a good ball handler, and she's a big part of this team.
Now down low, Adamas. Oh, nice move by Adamas. Tried to go up with the left hand, missed the shot. Rebound, Tessa Ramsey. McCoy, Deidre pulls up. Jump shot good. Nice rebound, Ramsey. McCoy runs the floor, knocks down the short jumper. And Deidre now with 6 points. She leads the Viking. She and Petkova both have 6 for Missouri Valley. Now a pass inside to Werner, misses it. I think Werner's going to be fouled. So I tell you, Ken, Tessa Ramsey doing a good job on the boards right now.
You look down at that bench to our right of the Crusaders, and Don Adams, he, again, Ernst and Whittington with 2 fouls apiece. Will he keep him? Will he bring him back in the first half? He hasn't yet, and that lead grows to 7. I'm sure he's trying to save him if he can, but this lead grows to double digits. He may have to get him back in there.
One thing we've noticed so far, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but not as many substitutions so far for the Vikings here in the early going as there were Monday night up at Avila. And now that time, Adamas just runs over Tessa Ramsey. Tessa set a screen, and Adamas tried to break through that screen, takes Tessa to the ground. So,
well, I think in the second quarter alone, there were like 17 against Avila.
Yeah. Viking ball. They get it into Ramsey in the corner. Now Tessa pivots, looking for somebody to throw to. Now tried to bounce it inside. I think it went off Ramirez's foot, out of bounds. So the ball should stay with Missouri Valley. 8:09 to go in the first half. Missouri Valley, I think, has tied their biggest lead of the game. They lead it right now by 7.
Again, Lindsey Denny not in. Peyton Funk both injured, so they're both not available tonight.
Now the ball knocked away by Werner, knocked out of bounds. So Missouri Valley will inbound right in front of the Clarke Crusader bench. It's Meyer, McCoy, Ward, Ramsey, and Petkova, the 5 on the floor for the Vikings right now. Petkova, head of the key to Dede. Dede guarded out there by Petkov. Now high bounce pass taken away by Petkov. She wants to run. Now she's going to be fouled by Petkova. Coach Tim Dixon signaling that he thought that time that Petkov maybe stuck an elbow out, but that's not the call. The foul comes up against Veronica. So it will be Clarke's ball out of bounds. Both teams have 2 fouls here in the second quarter. Lob down low. Good defense by the Vikings. Knocked away. Here comes McCoy. Ahead to Ward. Ashley off the glass. Good. Nice job of running the floor that time as McCoy got the steal, took it the length of the floor, found Ashley Ward on the right side. Missouri Valley up by 9. Jump shot by Adamas misses. Offensive rebound, Werner. Into the corner. Petkov, a jumper, no good. Rebound, Ashley Ward. So the Vikes on a nice run now. They start out, Ken, on a 6-0 run here to start this second quarter.
And they're shooting 41%, so doing a good job from the field, where 36% right now for the Crusaders.
Oh, that really call a block that time. I think it's a block as Ramirez tried to step right in front of Ashley Ward, tried to step at AW's pass. She did go to the ground, but don't believe she was set, so I think that's a good call. That comes up on Ramirez. That'll be her first. Now Jordan Salas comes back into the lineup. Tessa Ramsey, who did a nice job on the boards, takes a seat for the Vikings. 7 minutes and 10 seconds left to play in the first half. McCoy goes around her person, lays it short. Got her offensive rebound, put it up, and she's fouled. Deidre missed the shot. Says, I'm not going to miss. I'm going to get that ball back and try this again.
She missed a couple games, I think, with some kidney problems. I believe that's what it was. And so she's well rested, and she's ready to go tonight.
That foul comes up on Werner. That will be her second. So that's the 4th team foul. So for the second straight quarter, Clarke into foul trouble fairly early in the quarter. McCoy knocks down the free throw. So Dede a perfect 5 out of 5 tonight. Give her 7 points in the game as Haley Meyer comes out. Holland Craze comes into the lineup. Holland is a junior out of Prairie Grove, Arizona.
And she can shoot the ball. She's knocked down some big threes for this team.
McCoy will try to extend the lead to 11. Yep, she does. So Missouri Valley up by 11, 29-18 as Deidre comes out. Alexis Boyd Lockett back into the Viking lineup. A little pressure by the Vikings here. Clarke, Whittington's back in. Gets it ahead to a new player in the game. That's Faith Begin. There are 2 Begin sisters, I guess, on this team. Faith Begin and Mariah Begin. Now they call a foul underneath. Pass goes inside. That's going to be a blocking foul on Ashley Ward, so that'll be Ashley's second foul. And I think she's going to come out right now. And Dasha Ivanova, Dasha out of Kursk, Russia, comes into the lineup.
Into the corner comes to Whittington. And Kia Whittington, averaging 13 points a game, hasn't scored yet, but she really has had to sit out most of the way. She picked up 2 very quick fouls, so she's the one that leads the team in steals. I think the kind of the engine that, or the motor that gets everything running. Now lob inside to Adamas. Adamas, nice drop step. Now with 17 on the shot clock, a nice drive. Adamas gets the rebound, puts it back in. That first shot was taken by Ernst, who's checked back in. She missed the shot, but Adamas there to clean up the glass and stick it back in to trim the Viking lead down to 9.
Then Coach Adams said, I got to get him back in there.
Petkova with a jump shot, no good. Rebound Ernst. Ernst and Whittington both playing the 2 fouls, both back in the lineup. Now Mariah brings it across. Both Begins in the lineup right now, Mariah and Faith. Faith has it right now. Down to her sister Mariah, her baseline jumper. Comes up a little bit short, rebound by Boyd Lockett. Alexis wants to run. Now has it taken away by Whittington. Whittington, nice pass to Mariah up and in. Good job running the floor that time as Kia Whittington got the steal. Got the ball ahead to Mariah Begin. Begin lays it in, and Begin begins a rally.
There you
29-22.
Nice pass by Whittington on that break.
Salas squares up on the basket, guarded by Ernst. Now Jordan goes right at her. Almost lost it, got it back, put it up with the left hand. Off the left side, rebound Adamas. So Clarke on a 4-0 run, they've got the ball back. Whittington. Deep 3 by Faith Begin. Good. So Faith Begin buries a 3. So the 2 Begin sisters, Mariah got loose on that layup, and now Faith Begin knocks down one from beyond the arc. And what was an 11-point lead just minutes ago has now been trimmed to 4, 29-25, with 5:06 to go in the first half.
Yeah, and a good move by Don Adams to bring those 2 back in. We're supposed to say hello to Coach Dixon's wife. She's listening in Arizona, probably 85 degrees there.
Yeah.
And he questioned me today. He said, you said the other day I had a technical in 4 straight games. I think that is right. Because I think he's hearing about that from his wife. He doesn't have one tonight. I think it's 4 straight.
I wonder if she's looking toward a big ice storm this weekend out in Arizona like we are here.
I doubt it. I doubt
We
that.
met her. She's a nice, very nice lady. We met her. I remember I think it was last year. She came and stayed for a week or so and got to see a couple games, so we enjoyed meeting her. Hope to see her again. All right, 5:06 left to play in the half, 29-25. Missouri Valley's led the entire way, but a 7-0 run right now for the Crusaders out of Clarke, out of Dubuque, Iowa. Nice cut by Petkova. Now Veronica backs it out. Lobs down toward Ramsey. Ramsey had her pass knocked away. Now a scramble on the floor. That's going to be a tie-up. As a couple of bodies go to the floor, and I think with the alternate possession rule, the ball will go back to the Crusaders.
That's the 7th turnover, or that's called a tie ball, but the Vikings have 6 turnovers now. The Crusaders have 7.
All right, Whittington holds up 2 fingers, wants to set play number 2 as she brings the ball across the timeline. It's a 4-point game. Whittington around a screen, goes all the way to the basket, up and in. And just like that, folks, they've scored the last 9 points. It's now a 2-point game with 4.5 minutes to go in the half. Vikes need a basket in the worst way right here. Right wing, Petkova. Petkova skip pass to Ramsey, almost lost it, but Meyer runs it down in the corner. Head of the key, Petkova. Now hands back to Dede. Dede backs out with 11 on the shot clock. Ward down low, ball knocked away, but they're going to say, I think, that Mariah Begin over the back of Veronica Petkova, and that should be the 5th foul. That's the 5th foul on Clarke this quarter, so that'll put Veronica Petkova on the line for 2 shots, and that's the 3rd foul, Ken, on Mariah Begin.
Yep.
So she's got 3, so she will have to sit out, I'm sure. So Petkova, see if she can expand this 2-point lead. First shot, good. So the Vikings continue that torrid free throw shooting. VP, Veronica Petkova, will have one more here. Second shot, bang, knocks them both down. So, boy, I tell you, Ken, they're putting on a clinic.
12 for 12.
Yep, 12 out of 12. That's keeping the Vikes
in the game and keeping them ahead. They lead by 4 right now, 31-27. Adamas backs her way in. Went right at Ashley Ward. A nice rebound by Ernst, but had it knocked out of bounds. I tell you, Adamas is a pretty good post player. She went right at Ashley Ward that time, and Ashley giving away about 3 or 4 inches. Not much she could do.
This team is 5-6. They played pretty well in the conference so far.
They're tied for 6th place right now. Outside now. Now a jump shot off the left wing. That was missed that time by Penny. Rebound by Petkova. So the Vikes, good defensive stand. 3.5 minutes left to play in the first half. Meyer with a 3 off the left wing. Rolls around and comes out. Adamas ahead to Whittington. Look out here. Whittington, spin move inside. They're going to say she traveled. Nice defense by Haley Meyer. I think Whittington knew she could not go over the top of Haley Meyer, so she tried to pivot and spin to the right, and when she did that, she picked up both feet.
Pretty nice little move, just took an extra step.
Yeah, in the NBA, that'd been good. There'd been no whistle. Right wing, Petkova. Head of the key now, Meyer. Meyer had that good defensive play last time down the floor. Now Ramsey. Hands to Petkova, who comes around a peck. Down to 13 on the shot clock. Petkova all the way to the rack with the left hand, left it short. And knocked out of bounds, and I think they're going to say Tessa Ramsey, the last one to touch it.
Pretty good game going on, 31-27. The Vikings are led by 7. They've led by 11, but this Clarke team keeps hanging around. They're back within 4.
Kind of thought the Vikings about to break things open here not that long ago, but then Clarke goes on a 9-0 run to cut it to 2. Now it's a 4-point game. Head of the key, Ernst. Ernst down low to Adamas. Goes in strong, missed it. Offensive rebound, though, and a backdoor cut by Ernst. The shot was missed by Adamas. Ernst went backdoor, got the offensive rebound, put it in. It's back to a 2-point game. They're a different team with Ernst and Whittington on the floor, aren't they?
A lot different team.
Now inside, Ward throws up a runner. Nice shot. Ashley Ward falling away from the basket. Off balance, flipped it up, got it off the glass, knocked it down to extend the lead back to 4. Need a stop right here, ladies. Whittington cut off on the baseline by Ward. Now spins it outside Adamas against the man-to-man. Vikings, both teams have been in a man-to-man most of the night so far. Whittington hands head of the key to Penny. Now Whittington drives in with the left hand, puts it up too hard. That's a shot clock violation. Here come the Vikings on the run. Ward with the left hand, good. That time, Ashley Ward and Veronica Petkova beat everybody down the floor. AW goes in with the left hand, flips it in, give her 8 points in the game. Timeout, Clarke. Vikes have opened up a 6-point lead with under 2 minutes left to play in the half.
Vikings have led throughout right now, still shooting 41%, 12 out of 29. And for Clarke, they are 10 out of 28. Out of the Crusaders, almost 36%. The big stat, though, free throw line. The Vikings are the Vikings shooting 38%, but they're 12 out of 12 from the line, and that is huge. Only 2 made free throws for Clarke, so there's your difference in the first half.
That will not hurt that Viking league-leading percentage one bit.
They do lead the conference in free throw percentage.
Okay, it's going to be Clarke ball as we come back. 1 minute and 56 seconds left to play in the first half.
But on the other side of that, they're dead last in three-point percentage.
Are they? Okay.
14th three-point percentage.
And they've hit, let's see, they haven't hit any tonight. Hit one. Annette Pettersson hit one. All right, Clarke ball. Ramirez back into the lineup. Spins around a pick. Now gets the ball back on the wing. Hands to Werner. Werner skip pass. There's a 3 off the right side. This one rolls around the rim. That one taken by Faith Begin. Had it down in the cylinder. It rolled around and came out. Michele Higa in the Viking lineup. She's out of Hawaii. Meyer thinks about a 3. Instead gives to McCoy, and Didi goes down the right side. She's going to be fouled by Werner, and that'll be Werner's 3rd foul. So Ashley Werner and Mariah Begin each have 3 fouls for Clarke, as Deidre McCoy will go to the line with 1:22 left to play in the first half, and Devin Swisegood gets set to check into the Viking lineup, as does Anna Trost. And McCoy, the first miss of the night by any Viking from the free throw line. Deidre misses the first free throw as Ramsey and Meyer come out. As we said, Swisegood and Trost check in. Deidre will try to make it a 7-point, 3-possession game, which she does. So Deidre knocks down the second free throw. She's got 9 points in the game, 36-29 Vikings. 1:17 left in the half. In the corner. Drive inside to get it to Adamas. Ramirez back outside to Faith Begin. Now driving inside is Penny. Deep three by Ramirez. No good. Battle for the loose ball. Devin Swisegood. Nice rebound by the senior out of Salisbury. 48 seconds left to play in the half. Now Hika double teamed, and now that time that's going to be a foul as Cassidy Dearest, is that right? Dearest. Cassidy Dearest runs into Devin Swisegood, so that's going to put Swisegood on the line for 2 shots right here with 43.7 seconds left to play. First shot bangs off the rim, no good. She'll have one more. So the Vikings, who hit their first 12 free throws in this half, have missed 2 of the last 3. Swisegood with one more here, try to make it a 7-point or 8-point game, and she does. So Devin knocks down 1 out of 2. It's an 8-point, 37-29 lead for the Vikings. Now Ramirez, no hurry. There's about a 13-second differential between the shot and the game clock right now. Ramirez in no hurry whatsoever. Now she'll bring it to the head of the key. Bounce pass to Faith Begin. Gives it to Adamas. Adamas launches a 3. This one's short. Rebound Hika. Vikes could go for the last shot. Now the ball's stolen, taken away, and I think that's going to be a foul maybe on Trost.
Yep, and they're going to be called for
Anna
the foul.
Trost gets whistled for the foul, so we're down to 8.8 seconds left. It'll be Clarke's ball. See if the Vikes can get a stop. They lead it by 8. Ramirez, right down the middle. Tried to get it down low to Adamas. Throws it over her head with 5 seconds left. So Missouri Valley gets it back.
Yeah, they didn't manage that clock very well in that possession.
I don't think that's the kind of possession Coach Don Adams was looking for.
Now they almost steal the ball.
Now a jump ball underneath as Ramirez gets a tie-up.
Should be about 4 seconds
Yeah, it
left.
says they've got 0.3 seconds on the clock right now. There should be at least 3 seconds, I know.
Yeah.
There were 5 when it was inbound, yeah.
Ball.
It's going to be Viking ball. Now they put 4. You're right, 4 seconds.
That'd be about second. I don't think that half second's really going to matter. The Vikings have to go the length of the floor.
So Deidre McCoy at inbound. They get it into Petco. We're going to have to hurry here. 1, that's it. And that's going to be the end of the half as Ivanova launches one up. It goes in. But the buzzer had already gone off. But a good half for the Vikings as they led by 11. Clarke cut it down to 2, and now the Vikings have opened up an 8-point lead. They lead at 37-29 at intermission.
And we'll be back. We'll take a look at the scoring and statistics of this first half in just a moment.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, but I think it's time to head back in.
Okay. Can we come back?
Sure.
Tomorrow?
Let's check with Mom. Hey, be careful getting out of the boat.
It's a kayak, Dad.
I'm going to return the kayak. Just make sure you have everything.
Yep. Can we walk home?
How about a taxi? 233 North Maple, please.
It's a short fare from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Also, find fun activities to do like boating and biking or camping and hiking, plus much more. It's all right in your naturehood.
Best day ever.
A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Well, Joe, let's take a look at the scoring there in that first half.
Well, for the Vikings, Ken, the three girls they count on to score, Deidre McCoy, Ashley Ward, and Veronica Petkova, all have good first half. McCoy leads away with 9 points. Didi only had one basket, but she was 7 from 8 from the free throw line, so she leads away for the Vikings with 9. Then Ward and Petkova, Ashley and Veronica, both wind up with 8 points in the first half. 4 points for both Jordan Salas and Haley Meyer. One three-point basket by Anna Peterson, and then that one free throw near the end of the half by Devin Swisegood. For the Clarke Crusaders, the leading scorer in the first half was Natasha Adamas, the big girl. She had 8. She also had 4 rebounds in the first half. Looks like 5 points in the half for Mariah Begin. She had to sit down late in the half with 3 fouls. 4 points each for Kelsey Ernst, who normally is the leading scorer, and one of the big girls off the bench, Ashley Warner. They each wind up with 4. Then down below that, it drops down to 3. Kia Whittington had 3 points. She's a double-figure scorer. The Vikings, 2 points for Kia Whittington. The Vikings hold her to 2 in the first half. And then 3 points each for Jade Ramirez and also Jade Ramirez and Faith Begin. They each wind up with 3 points in the first half. And as I said, 2 points for Kia Worthington.
All right, here's some of the numbers for you. The Vikings shot 38%, 11 out of 29. Clarke shot 36%, 12 out of 33. Free throw line was a key for the Vikings, 87.5%, 14 out of 16. Only 2 out of 4 were the Crusaders, so a huge difference there at the line. Vikings only 1 out of 5, 20% from beyond the arc. But again, that's one of the statistics in the conference they don't talk about much. The Vikings don't shoot that 3 very well. They're last in that percentage. 3 out of 8 were the Crusaders. Rebounding, Vikings a nice advantage there, 22 to 13, and they had 5 offensive rebounds. Turnovers, 9 for Clarke, 8 for Valley, and 13 fouls on Clarke, 7 for the Vikings. And we talked about the leaders' bench scoring. Clarke outscored the Vikings by 2. The in the paint scoring was 18-18. Second chance points about same. And the Vikings had 13 points off turnovers. So there you go. There are your first half statistics.
Well, we mentioned the scoring, but for the Vikings, the leading rebounder in that first half was Ashley Ward. And then, Ken, get this, Deidre McCoy, Veronica Petkova, Tessa Ramsey, and Jordan Salas each had 3 rebounds apiece. Right. So the Vikings, good job with that. Like you said, that 22 to 13 rebounding edge. And the Vikes did a good job getting the ball inside.
Yes, they did. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about these 2 new schools in the conference, Mount Mercy and Clarke, how they got in. Of course, they got in by a vote of the presidents, but it was kind of interesting the last couple of years what's happened to those schools, and we'll talk about it a little bit when we return.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans. When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer. When I grow up, I want to be a glass countertop in a new home. When I grow up, I want to be a kid's best birthday present. When I grow up, I want to be a football stadium. When I grow up, I want to be a warm place on a cold day. When I grow up, I want to be a fancy backsplash. When I grow up, I want to be a bike that races around the country. When I grow up, I want to be a bench on a forest trail. I want to be a rocking chair on a sunny porch. I want to be a skyscraper. I want to be When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. A public service advertisement brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 2828. 1 800 878 28
Let's go inside the mind of a 10-year-old.
I should have worn those earrings today. I like those earrings. Gabby has those awesome earrings. I need to ask her where she got those, but that's just what she would want me to do. I'll have Michaela ask her for me.
Buckle up, Sarah.
Yeah, but then Michaela will be like, why don't you just ask her yourself? That's just like Michaela.
Sarah, buckle up.
Michaela's such a great name. I wish I was called Michaela. There's like a dozen Sarahs in my class.
Hey, we're not hitting the road until you buckle up, honey.
Oh yeah, seatbelt. I forget sometimes because my brain is like busy, you know? I wonder if there's pizza at school today.
Sometimes it can be tough to get through to your kids, but it's not impossible. Always make sure they're wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Remember, you have the keys, you have the power. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.
Well, the Clarke Crusaders are warming up right in front of us, the men's team, and that game will be coming up about 20 minutes after this one. Of course, it's alumni social night, a good crowd back behind us in the balcony area, Grover C. Redford. Tonight's game being webcast on mobile.edu, also broadcast on KMMO Radio in Marshall. A big thanks to Albert Howell and everyone at Marshall Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram for making this broadcast on KMMO possible. KMMO Marshall, mobile.edu, the audio and the video tonight. Well, Clarke and Mount Mercy are the two newest schools. And, Joe, I was talking to Don Adams. He's the women's coach in his 7th year. And, of course, they would have the longest trips now. It's 6 hours here. It's 8.5 hours to Springfield. And so I got to ask him how it came about those two schools applied for the Heart of America Conference. They were in a conference with William Penn, and they were in the same conference with Grandview, St. Ambrose, and several other schools, Cardinal Stritch and several other schools. And Cardinal Stritch and St. Ambrose are both Catholic-related schools as well. And so they wanted to, there was word that they were going to try to start a conference with all Catholic schools, kind of like the Big East is right now in NCAA.
Okay.
And so, according to him, Grandview and William Penn were not affiliated with the Catholic Church. Kind of heard wind of that, and they thought, well, we better take care of ourselves. So they applied for the Heart of America Conference and got in Des Moines and in Oskaloosa. And then St. Ambrose went into they're in the same Midwest Chicago area conference where Robert Morris and some of those schools. Cardinal Stritch moved in that same one. Then all of a sudden you had Mount Mercy and Clarke with nowhere to go. The conference broke up. Their only other option was to apply for the Northern Conference. I think it's not the Northern Sun, but Northern Star Conference. And that conference are the schools in North and South Dakota. So their shortest trip would have been about 8.5 hours.
It sounds like that conference they had originally with Grandview and William Penn and Cardinal Stretch. That's St. Ambrose, some pretty good schools in that conference. That didn't sound like a bad conference.
But they were moving around, and I think it all came down to Grandview, and William Penn thought if they're going to go to an all-Catholic type school conference, we're out. So they got out. They said, we got to find work for ourselves. And so these two schools kind of were left, and they had two places to apply. So they applied here. I guess you take the conference they thought was shorter travel, because you go to those Dakota schools, they're traveling anywhere from 8 to 12 hours to all of those schools.
Well, and Ken, I think as you see, I mean, you're thinking, here we've got 14 teams in the conference. We're playing a 26-game schedule, but next year I believe you're going to see more division. They're going to split into the north and the south. We've already done that in football, and as long as you're doing that, you're going to have to make a few long trips, for instance, for us to play those northern division schools, but that's okay. You don't have to go to all those places every year, so that's going to work out fine.
So that's the way it worked out, and that's why these schools are here. And right now, as far as the two newer schools this year, we take a look at women's basketball. The Mount Mercy Club, the Mustangs, already defeated the Vikings. They are 4-7. They're a game ahead of Valley, and this Clarke team is 5-6. The two teams that came in last year, William Penn really doing well. They're 8-3, and Grandview, a couple of big wins. They're 4-7. So those are the newer teams. We'll come back, and we'll be about ready for the second half. We'll also take a look at the other games going on tonight in the Heart of America Conference. We'll be right back.
I'm a firefighter.
A teacher.
I'm a farmer. I'm a barber.
A waitress. A mom.
We're all part of your community. Every day we move
in and out of each other's busy lives.
It's easy to take for granted all the little moments that make up our everyday.
Some are good, others not so much.
But that's life. It's when you experience a moment of uncertainty.
Something or someone's behavior that doesn't seem quite right.
These are the moments to take a pause.
Because if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not.
It's not about paranoia
or being afraid.
It's about standing up and protecting our communities.
One detail at a time.
Because a lot of little details can become a pattern.
We
trust our instincts.
Just like you should.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Getting support from friends online kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
Instead of smoking after I ate, I'd get up and take a walk.
I missed having a cigarette in my hand, so I'd hold a pen or a straw, anything.
Until I knew I wouldn't give in to temptation, I spent more time with my friends who didn't smoke.
I went to places that were smoke-free.
I didn't stay quit the very first time I tried.
I kept on trying, and I learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
I quit.
I quit.
I quit.
We did it, so can you.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
You're listening to KMMO Marshall and Movell.edu on the Viking Sports Network. Tonight's game also being sponsored on KMMO by Marshall Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. And we thank all of those folks for making this broadcast on KMMO possible. We'll have the men's contest for you as well. Other games tonight, CMU is at Culver Stockton, Benedictine at William Penn, Peru at Avila, Graceland at Baker, Grandview, trip to Mount Bercy, Evangel will be at Mid-America Nazarene, and then Clarke at Valley. Clarke goes home and Mid-America Nazarene travels there on Saturday. Again, we'll have to say weather permitting. As far as our game with William Penn on Saturday, at this point in time, games are still on, but stay tuned to Movell.edu. That could change depending on that storm that's supposed to hit tomorrow night and Saturday. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens with that storm. So we're ready to go. Second half, the Crusaders trail 37-29. Again, Deidre McCoy with 9. Good to have her back. Ashley Ward and Veronica Petkova with 8 points apiece. Lindsay Denny is out of the out. And boy, what it sounds like a painful injury. Has the cartilage from a rib torn away from her sternum.
You know, it is. But you know, we really miss Lindsay. Lindsay's one of those girls that brings it every night, and she's a very aggressive player. And just been a good player for this team the last several years. And we've mentioned this before, but her mom and dad, and her mom almost every game. Her dad's starting to come quite a bit too. But I mean, they drive all over the countryside to watch the Vikings play, and it's. I don't think she's here tonight, but I would not be surprised if I looked up in the stands and saw her.
And Peyton Funk with a knee injury she suffered in that game with Avila not playing tonight either. All right, we're underway. 37-29. The Crusaders with the basketball to start the second half. Here at the Burns Center on Alumni Social Night. Here's the pass inside. Nice job off the glass. Kelly Ernst as she scores from the left side, 37-31. She's our leading scorer, 14 a game, has 6 now.
You don't want her to get started.
No.
The Vikes did a pretty good job on her in the first half, but she can light it up.
Petkova skip pass in front of the Viking bench to Ramsey. Back out to Deidre. McCoy, one dribble off to Ramsey. Ramsey holds it, looks, now tries to get it inside to Ward. Bad pass, and this one knocked away. Now it is picked up by Adamas. Adamas leaves it for Whittington. Whittington, no-look pass on the baseline. Strong move inside. Another bucket by Ernst, and it's now 37-33, and that brings Jordan Salas off the Viking bench. Vikings with the basketball, another turnover. as this time McCoy cannot get the pass away from Kleppen. Kleppen just took it away from her.
Ooh.
She almost walked.
Yeah, I think she held her back foot, though. I don't think she drug it.
Adamas, baseline, reverse layup, no good. Adamas fights for it. Kleppen comes away with it. Here's a three on the way. Off the heel of the rim, no good. Rebound, Ashley Ward. Ward 1-on-2, brings it right side all the way, puts up the shot, no good. Tessa Ramsey fights for the ball. She dives to the floor, tied up by Kia Whittington. Possession arrow to the Vikings.
Yeah, nice hustle by Tessa Ramsey. Tessa went to the offensive glass very hard that time. She got tied up by the quick Whittington, but she laid it all out there that time to keep that possession alive.
Ramsey out, Salas in. Also, here's the pass coming from Meyer. Tries to go in the backcourt. She could have had it go in backcourt. She tried to flip it back underneath. Here's the layup, no good. And Whittington will go to the line. That time, Veronica should let that ball go over the backcourt. She didn't think she could.
No.
Tried to flip it back over. On an inbounds pass, as long as you don't touch it, it can go all the way to the other end.
And flipped it right to the quickest player on the Clarke team, Kia Whittington, coming the other way. And Whittington goes around Petkova. Veronica whacks her on the arm, so Whittington will be on the line for 2 shots.
And here's her first one on the way. It's good. She has 3 points, averages 13, but again, 2 quick fouls for her. And unfortunately, if you're a Viking fan, Ernst and Whittington have played most of the second quarter and the start of this third, not picking up another foul. And she calmly knocks down both free throws. It's 37-35, so a nice little 6-0 run, and now an unforced turnover by the Vikings on the far side.
Yeah, I don't know what Coach Don Adams said at halftime. Good timeout by Coach Tim Dixon. Takes a timeout,
wow.
as you said. Clarke, the first 6 points of the second half, and what was an 8-point Viking lead at halftime has been trimmed to 2.
Go and you take a look at this Viking team, and again, not the third quarter. The third quarter's all right, but the fourth quarter this year, they've been outscored 284-236. And you just hope that doesn't creep in these players' minds, because a lot of these games they've had the lead at the half and then kind of lost in the second half. I just looked out at Deidre's face, and it's kind of like, yeah, let's get this thing turned around. But a couple good possessions and kind of right the ship right now.
When it happened earlier there in the first half, the Vikes had an 11-point lead, and Clarke trimmed it down to 2, lickety split. But then the Vikings came back and opened up that 8-point lead at halftime. So it's just a matter, I think, regaining our composure. Need to have a good possession right here. And let's see, I guess it's Clarke's ball right now. Just had that unforced turnover.
37-35. Whittington gets the pass, goes baseline, goes all the way underneath and traveled with it. She got right under the basket, nowhere to go. Tried to flip it back to Ernst, but boy, she was walking across that lane. Turnover.
And that was good defense by Ashley Ward. Ashley cut her off on the baseline, so that was nice D by A.W.
All right, get a score here. Again, right the ship a little bit. They try to get it underneath the Ward. It's knocked away by Whittington. It'll still belong to the Vikings, and Meyer will inbound. 8:17, third quarter, 37-35 Valley. The Vikings have lost 3 straight. Want to end that streak tonight, too. Salas loses the ball, picks it up, gives it out front to Petkova. Now McCoy hands it off to Meyer. Back out front to Petkova. She's playing at the point. Give it off to McCoy on the left wing. Free throw line, Salas open, 15-footer, banks it home.
Bank.
She knocked it down. We'll take it. That's 6 for her, and it's 39-35.
I don't think she yelled bank, but let's count it anyway.
We're going to take it. She's kind of on the side of the free throw line, so had a little bit of an angle there.
Yep.
Out to Whittington. Drives down the middle, right on Salas, puts it up and scores. She's quick. She has 6, 39-37.
Comes down the lane. Somebody's got to switch over in front of her.
Not very big, but she is quick. All right, it's a 2-point lead again for the Vikings. Salas, free throw line, now drives right side, kicks it back to Meyer. Almost lost it. Dribble on the far side, high post, throws it right to Adamas. Adamas gives it underneath. Here's the shot for the tie. It's blocked by Meyer. Meyer blocks the shot by Ernst. And it's picked up by the Vikings.
I think that was a clean block by Haley that time. I think she got all ball.
So the Vikings maintain that 2-point lead. Salas dumps it underneath the Petkova. Wide open. Shot is missed underneath, however, by McCoy. She was wide open, missed the shot. And now I think Didi with a foul. A little frustration there as she went for the ball.
That's Didi's first foul, I believe, though, so that's okay.
They're going to say the foul. Whoa, they're going to say it's on Whittington.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. That's her third.
Foul.
That's much better news.
Goes the other way.
Now a couple of new girls come back into the lineup. Jayla Penny comes back in for Clarke, as does Jennifer Petkoff.
Here's in McCoy. Now Salas again, free throw line. Her 15-footer won't go. Ball loose on the floor. It goes out of bounds. Diving forward over there is McCoy, and she might be hurt again.
No, she's all right. That's just a normal day at the office for her.
Yeah, she has spent a lot of time. I think her injury was a kidney problem or something, and hopefully she's back and getting back into game shape.
Now, you see people dive, but that was a fully extended headlong dive that time. I mean, she almost knocked the ball back in, too.
Quick pass underneath, all knocked away. Adamas has it, gives it back out front. Now we'll wait, try to get it to Whittington in the corner. Whittington back, working underneath. Adamas may call 3 seconds. They're going to call Salas for a hold, and it's a good thing because the shot was made, but it won't count. So that really turned out to be a pretty decent foul on Salas. 6:32 to go, third quarter.
That's her. Game. She's okay. That's her first foul.
Out to Adamas. Adamas almost walked with it. Whittington for three in the lead. It rolls across the rim, no good. Rebound comes away to Petkova, who will hand it off to McCoy. McCoy gives it to Ward, drives baseline and scores. Boy, that is her best move.
You know, Ashley has such a quick first step on that takeaway. She was around the defender that time before the girl knew what hit her.
Whittington at the top of the key. Works it to the right side, back into the corner. Skip pass out front of Adamas. Now they work it down low, and a foul is going to be called on McCoy as she fouled as the pass was coming in low to Ernst. McCoy picks up her first. You know, if the scouting report on Ashley Ward has to be back away from her, don't let her drive, because she doesn't shoot the ball from outside.
You know, and last year I remember her shooting the ball more from the outside, I think.
Here's a shot from just beyond the arc. It won't go. Fight for the rebound, tie ball between McCoy and Penny, and the possession arrow to the Vikings. 5:51 to go. Valley not letting the Crusaders take that lead. They had one opportunity. Whittington's three missed.
You know, that foul on Deidre McCoy, but she did a good job sinking back on Ernst to avoid that layup.
Yes, she did. Here's Meyer out front. Now to Ward. Ward off to McCoy. Good catch right in front of Coach Tim Dixon. Back top of the key to Meyer. Salas comes out high for it on the wing, right side, puts it on the floor, gives it back to Meyer. She's open, lets the three ball fly, and she hit it from the top of the key. Meyer has 7, and the Vikings up again by 7, 44-37.
Give Haley a look like that. Give her a chance, get her feet set. She can knock down that triple, and she just did.
Adamas to Ernst, into the corner, faking the three. Driving in is Penny. Has the shot blocked by Salas, but they could have called a foul. Penny will go to the line. She has yet to score. Salas picks up her second foul. We're in the third quarter.
But here's they've done all night. The Vikings let them get within 2, and now they've opened it back up to a 7-point lead again.
Free throw good, and that's the first point by Jayla Penny. 5'7" sophomore. Now Swisegood is in. Salas thought she was out. She's going back in. Meyer will check out. 44-38. So Swisegood and Salas both on the floor. Here's the free throw. It's good by Penny, and it's a 5-point game. 44-38. 5:08 to go. McCoy, baseline. Tries to get it inside to Salas. Knocked away. Taken away by Penny. Here comes Penny on the run. Gives it off to Whittington. Whittington back into the corner. They fake the three. Don't pull the trigger on it. Underneath to Ernst. Good strong move off the glass. Missed it. And the rebound ripped away by McCoy, and she traveled with it.
I thought she got tied up. Wow.
She was going to rip that ball away, and she did.
Yeah, I thought that should have been a jump ball.
I think it's 44-39.
I think it is. Yeah, there it is. Because it was a 7-point game, and she made both free throws.
Here's Ernst, and she traveled as she tried to drive that baseline. So 5-point Viking lead, 4:43 to go, third quarter.
You know, Ken, and I recognize the gentleman on the far side. I don't recognize these other two officials, though, do you?
No.
The fellow on the far side, we've seen him quite a bit before, but the gentleman on the back court and the one down on the baseline, I don't remember those two guys.
Few new officials in the league this year. Some of them we had last year probably needed to retire.
Yeah.
Here's Salas. Holds it. closely guarded, but now she has it taken away by Whittington. She just stripped her of the ball, goes down and lays it in. Boy, is that quick, and she has 8.
That girl is quick, and now it's a 3-point game again. 4-0 run now for Clarke.
Here they come again. Dede working that left side. We're halfway, or 4 minutes to go now in this quarter. Into Ward in the corner. Bumped by Whittington. Gives up the dribble. Out front to Salas. Now around to Petkova. Salas drives. Takes it right down the middle. Foul. That's going to be only the second foul on the Crusaders here in the third quarter.
Devin Swisegood back in, and now Haley Meyer gets set to check back in for Missouri Valley.
Petkoff picked up the foul. Mariah Begin comes back into the contest.
Meyer, Swisegood, Petkova, Ward, and McCoy, the 5 on the floor for the Vikings.
Meyer looks to inbound, still looking, hands it to McCoy in the corner. Left side, she'll take it inside the lane, put up the shot, got it. That's her second field goal go along with 7 free throws. 46-41.
Dede in double figures with 11.
Whittington out front. Here's the lob underneath. Good, strong pass inside. Ernst scores and is fouled.
Swisegood's going to get the foul.
And that was a chance for a 3-point play by Ernst. This team just will not go away.
Well, look at that third quarter. All the points by Clarke, by their 2 normal leading scorers, Ernst and Whittington.
They give the foul to Petkova, her third.
All the 2.
Ernst misses the free throw. Petkova with a rebound. Lead remains 3. Dede McCoy, top of the key. Throws it away. Whittingham anticipated that pass, stepped in front of Ward, knocked it out of bounds.
And Deidre McCoy's headband comes off, so she'll have to take it off.
She said, that's enough
so
of that.
Put it over here. We'll put it on. I haven't worn a white headband in quite a while. Have you?
No, and I don't intend to now. Here's Meyer to inbound the ball.
Holland Craze
checked in, and she has the ball on the right wing with the right-handed dribble. Looks and finds Dede. McCoy drives left side, stops, pops, 12-footer, won't go. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by the Crusaders, and I think Swisegood's going to pick up a foul. Well,
Ashley Ward.
Ashley Ward,
yep.
And that's her third.
They were both there. They could have called that on either one. They pick Ashley.
And that's the 5th foul of this quarter, so now the Crusaders will try to
Coach Tim Dixon saying he thought the foul was on Swisegood, but the official said no, Ward was the first one to make contact, so that's a foul that's going to stand.
Free throw is good by Begin. All of a sudden, it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, boy, it just keeps that margin just keeps seesawing up and down, doesn't it?
Begin hits them both. It's a 1-point game, but again, they'll be shooting free throws the rest of the quarter. 7 points for her. 46-45. Ward in front of the Viking bench with 3:13 to go in this third quarter. Off it comes to Dede. Drives right side. Cut off and double teamed there. In trouble. Lost the ball out of bounds, but it was knocked away from her. 15 seconds to go on the shot clock.
Need a basket right here. 3:05 left in the quarter.
Meyer to inbound, looks, goes to Swisegood free throw line. She'll fire, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Penny. Here come the Crusaders looking to get, I think,
they've never led, I don't think.
It was 2-0. They got the
Did they get the first basket?
Yep. Now the ball knocked away, but it comes away to Whittington. Whittington down the middle, through traffic, and somehow laid it in. She might have gotten away with an extra step. Doesn't matter. 47-46. Now Whittington knocks it away and out of bounds.
I'm going to tell you, that girl's quick. She's all over this place.
I think Whittington, didn't she hit the first layup out off the jump?
She did not score
so she missed that
late
layup.
She didn't score to the second quarter.
That may be their first.
Yeah, they turned it over the first. The Vikes had a 4-0 lead. They turned it over.
That's their first lead of the game. Nonetheless, they have the lead. Their 2 stars, Ernst and Whittington, leading the way. Now the ball's not. Speaking of, Ernst takes away the inbounds pass. And here come the Crusaders with 2:30 to go in the quarter. They have the lead. Whittington into Ernst, backs her way in, off the glass, strong move, get her own rebound. She falls down.
One of her own teammates, she and Adamas ran together. Looked like a foul, but Adamas did foul her, but she's on her team.
Both of them, she tripped over her leg, so it goes out of bounds. The Vikings get it back.
Likes to get a break right there because Ernst really had a good look down low that time.
Here comes McCoy. Vikings with just 9 points here in this quarter. Make it 11 as they get it into Ashley Ward, and she takes it with a left hand and scores. She has a dozen now, 48-47.
Get that ball to Ashley down there. It's money in the bank.
Here's Ernst inside the lane. Can't score. McCoy with a rebound. McCoy will bring it up the right side. Now nowhere to go. She'll back away. Still keeps that dribble alive, however. Now hooks a pass underneath to Ward. Whittington goes to the floor to tie up Ward. Possession arrow to whom?
That girl is so quick. Wow.
I think that's going to come back to the
I think it's Clarke ball, I believe. Yep.
Young Miss Whittington out of Beloit, Wisconsin. Of course, Dubuque right on the Mississippi River, right in the corner of Wisconsin, Illinois.
You ever been to Dubuque?
Yes, I have.
I never
many
had.
A time. A lot of relatives in Iowa.
So this trip will be old hat for you, right?
48-47. The Vikings up by 1. Try to get it in the corner to Whittington. Tipped away by Meyer.
Yeah, good hands by Haley Myers. Dasha Ivanova gets set to check back in, and checking in for the Crusaders is Ashley Werner. McCoy comes out.
And I think Dee came out as well, trying to get her a little break. Right away, they go inside, but a shot is missed. They get it to Ernst. She missed the shot. Rebound Salas. Ivanova quickly to Meyer. Throws it over the head of Ward. 2-on-1 break, and Meyer got the pass, was going to fire it to Ward, driving in left side and threw it over her head.
And I really think Haley Meyer had a good drive to the basket. You can't fault her for her unselfishness, but that's the time maybe she should have gone ahead and taken it right to the hole.
Now Whittington gains it across the timeline, 1:31 to go, and stop play, something on the shot clock, I think. 48-47, Valley with the lead. You're listening to KMMO Marshall, moval.edu on the Viking Sports Network. Crusaders pass it on the perimeter. Being very patient. Whittington lobs it inside. Drive to the basket, missed it. Boy, strong move. And then Adamas missed the shot.
Knocked Dasha Ivanova over, no call.
Here's Ward, throws it right to guess who? Whittington drives down for the lead, misses the layup, and second shot is missed. Whittington really took her time, and give Haley Meyer a lot of credit of hustling down court, altering that shot, and she missed it, and now they're going to have to earn them from the line.
Haley's done a whale of a job. She's blocked a couple of shots. That time she didn't get the block, but she did make Whittington arch that thing way up above the square, and she missed it.
Here is Penny at the line, and she misses the first one. So she could tie the game with this one with 53 seconds to go in the quarter.
Good game.
Yep, good game. Two evenly matched teams, and the lead still belongs to the Vikings. She missed them both, but the ball was tipped out of the lane, and it comes back to the Crusaders. Shot from the corner is no good. Holland Craze runs it down, so the Crusaders had some opportunities there and couldn't take advantage of them. 39 seconds to go.
Whoa.
Ivanova throws it away. Ooh, I don't think Whittington touched that ball. The Vikings just got a break.
That's exactly what she says. She has a big smile on her face right now. That's okay. We'll take it.
We'll take it there. 36 seconds on the game clock. 21 on the shot clock. Valley up by 1, 48-47. Ivanova. Top of the key, around to Holland Craze for three, won't go. Ivanova with a rebound. Now the Vikings can work for the last shot.
Shortest girl on the floor, Dasha Ivanova got the rebound.
She drives in left side. Yep. Vikings wanted a foul, didn't get it. There's a travel, it wasn't called. There's a shot, no good. Another shot is put up, no good. Wow. Rebound Salas, she's tied up.
Man.
With 7.9 seconds, they're letting them play.
There was some contact on that one. Hey, what'd you think of that Clemson-Alabama game? You had to listen to it on the rack. I got to see the very end of it.
Yeah, good for Clemson.
Yeah, they deserved it. They came back and made the plays when they had to, and good game. But that's about as classic a game as you're going to see, though.
Peter Schoen will check back in. Ward's going to get a quick break. Holland Craze will inbound it. Gets it into Ivanova. 7 seconds to go. Back to Craze. Little pressure out in the backcourt by the Crusaders. Here's Craze. She'll fire it. Banks it off the glass. No good. We're at the end of 3 quarters. The Vikings still lead, but it's 48 to 47. This is going to be a heck of a fourth quarter coming up. We'll take a look at some of the numbers. This game tonight also on KMMO and sponsored by Marshall Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Thanks for making the broadcast on KMMO possible to all the folks at Marshall Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Percentages, Clarke now 34%, 18 out of 43. The Vikings at 39%, 16 out of 41. Vikings have not shot a free throw in this half. They were 14 out of 16 in the first half. Haven't shot one here. 8 out of 13 Clarke. And let's see, turnovers. Vikings 19 turnovers, 13 for Clarke. So here we go, Joe. The fourth quarter coming up. Let's see if the Vikings can hang on to this lead. Ashley Ward has 12 points. I believe she's the leading scorer, isn't she? And then Dee Dee has 11.
Yeah, and Petkova, Veronica had 8 in the first half. She did not score in that third quarter. So let's see if we can get off to a good jump.
Yep.
We lead by 1 right now, and let's see. I think we have the ball to start. I think we have the ball, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I believe it is our ball. That last tie ball.
They had the last tie ball, I believe.
So the Vikings should have it.
Don't bet any money on it. Don't hold them. Don't get mad at me if I'm wrong.
48-47, Missouri Valley with the lead. Well, about 20 minutes after this one, we'll be back on moval.edu and also on KMMO for the men's game.
And we certainly appreciate KMMO. They carried the game up at Avalon Monday night and then carrying this one again tonight. And folks, hope you're enjoying hearing Missouri Valley basketball. And thanks to Pete Hollaball and all the folks at KMMO for making the broadcast possible.
Missouri Valley 7-4 on the men's side, and Clarke 3-8. So we'll see what happens in that ball game. That's coming up about 20 minutes after this one. All right, Clarke had the ball to start the fourth quarter, and we're underway.
Their ball. I was wrong.
They work it underneath, kick it back out for Ramirez. She has a 3 in this ball game. Shot clock at 15. Here's a 3 that's way off the mark. And the ball goes out before Adamas can save it. Now Whittington right back into the game. She was out for about that break between quarters and another 20 seconds, and she's right back in the game.
You know, a couple of the girls on Clarke wearing light blue shoes. You don't see shoes that color very often. Those are kind of pretty. kind of a Columbia blue. Man.
Match that stripe in the side of their uniform.
Yeah.
The colors are dark blue and gold. Petersson played a little bit in the first quarter. She's out there now and throws it away, trying to get it to Meyer. And for the Vikings, that is turnover number 20. So a turnover, and here come the Crusaders.
All right.
23 left.
Come on, ladies, need to stop right here.
Viking women have lost 3 in a row in conference play. They need to end that streak. Ramirez, little give and go, baseline, good strong move, shot is missed, however. Ramirez gets it back, throws it right through the outstretched arms of Adamas, who was going to the basket. That pass, no one was going to catch that one.
And that's about 4 times that Clarke's had a chance to take the lead, and they have not converted yet, so give the Viking defense credit.
Now Meyer will give it off to Ivanova. 8:58 to go, 48-47, Vikings with the lead. If the Vikings are 3-8, if they can win this game, they'll get a little closer to Clarke. Here is a steal by Whittington again. Takes it all the way. The lead to Clarke. That's about the 3rd or 4th steal by Whittington. By the way, she does lead the conference in steals, so this isn't something new for her.
No,
tonight.
she's very quick. Anticipates very well.
Ivanova. Vikings trail by 1. And here's Salas, gives it off to Holland. Craze, high arching 3, rattles off, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Ramirez, and now they'll stop play as Adamas was sitting on the floor, holding onto her mouth. She got hit, maybe an elbow or whatever, but she got hit. Now let's see, the Vikings are going to go with Petkova, Ramsey, Ward, and McCoy. They're going to bring in a fresh 4. 8:24 to go. Adamas going to stay in now. She's going to check out, and they'll take a look at her.
So she took a shot there, huh?
She took a shot, and she was sitting on the floor for a while. One of the Vikings is down, too, at the end of the bench. So I don't know if those are the two players involved in that collision. It may have been 49-48. Clarke with the lead. 8:24 to go in this fourth quarter. Again, we'll have the men's game coming up after this one. Other games tonight, CMU at Culver. Benedictine traveling to William Penn tonight. Peru is at Avila. Graceland at Baker. Grandview at Mount Mercy tonight.
Is that
Evangel
Haley?
at Mid-America, and Clarke here, of course.
Is that Haley Meyer? I think maybe I'm looking. I don't see Haley. I don't think.
We'll have to wait and see. That could be. She wears a brace on her leg, so it could be. We'll have to wait and see. She is still down on the baseline.
I believe that's Haley Meyer. I hope it's nobody, but I know one of the Vikings is down. So
it looks like the Vikings are going to come back out with Petkova, Ramsey, Ward, McCoy, and Holland Craze will be on the floor. Yeah, that is Haley, and now she wears that knee brace on her right knee anyway, and now she is not putting any weight at all, unfortunately, on her right knee, and she wears that brace on the left knee. So let's hope she just maybe bang knees or whatever, and it's not anything serious, but you never know.
I tell you what, she's played a good game here tonight.
She has. All right, the ball will belong to the Crusaders with 8:24 to go. Now the officials want to talk to both coaches. And talking to both coaches about, I think, what happened on that play. Now, the one thing that happened is Adamas was down sitting on the floor holding her mouth. The play continued, but the officials, in their estimation, thought that Vikings had an advantage there, and they're not going to call that timeout until the advantage is over. The Crusaders have the ball, and when they got the ball, they called the timeout. 49-48, Crusaders again with a lead. 8:19 to go. Whittington goes baseline on McCoy. Cut off there, brings it back. Good switch by the Vikings defensively. Now they look inside, try to get it to Ernst. Ernst back out to Begin. Begin to Ernst, high post. That ball is tipped. Tipped by McCoy, taken by Ward. Here comes Ward. No, didn't like the number, so she'll slow things down. Now she goes baseline all the way, lays it in. 14 for Ward. Vikings lead 50-49.
And Ashley wasn't going to be denied.
Nope.
She knew exactly where she was going, and she got her done. Nice move by the veteran.
Whittington throws it away, trying to get it underneath to Werner. Threw it by her. And now Adamas will check back in. So the Vikings trailed momentarily. Now they're back on top, 50-49 with the ball.
Well, give the Vikings credit. Don't know how this game's going to turn out. They've made a couple of big plays at a critical time right here.
Here comes Dede into the forecourt. Working that right side. Cut off there by Ramirez. Stops the dribble underneath the Craze. Off her hands. It was tipped at the last moment, however, by Begin. So Craze will inbound it. 18 on the shot clock. 7:28 in the game. It's 7 o'clock. You're listening to KMMO Marshall and Moval.edu.
It's been a good game all the way around. Vikings have led most of the way.
Petkova to Craze in the corner right side. Dribbles it back out, hands to Petkova between the Viking at midcourt in the top of the circle. Now she'll drive left side, get around her gal. 6 on the shot clock. She throws it away, another turnover. Here comes Whittington. Whittington cut off by Petkova, goes all the way. The shot is blocked by Ramsey, but they're going to call her for the foul, her third.
Yeah, a quick takeoff that time by Whittington. Good help that time by Tessa Ramsey. Was not going to give her an uncontested layup, but Tessa picks up her third foul, and that'll put Whittington on the line for 2.
That's the first foul by either team here in the fourth quarter. Whittington cannot tie it. That's 3 missed free throws in a row.
And the Viking cheerleaders, I don't think that Viking cheerleader squad's the easiest group to try to shoot a free throw into down there.
Yeah, they're sitting in the end zone where the Crusaders are shooting, but Whittington buries that one. She now has 13, right at her average. All coming from the second quarter on, and it's 50 all with 7:08 to go.
First one to 50 wins, and we're both there.
Both there. How about first one to 60?
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Vikings average 65 a game. The Crusaders 69. Dede working that right side. Still with the dribble. Tessa Ramsey high post. Waits for a cutter. Nowhere in there. Flips it in the corner. Craze is open. She launches. Can't hit it. Whittington with a rebound. She had the feet set, and she's a pretty good shooter. Missed that one. Long pass comes ahead to Begin. Begin through a double team off the glass. Got it. That's Mariah Begin. And now it's a 2-point lead for the Crusaders. 52-50, 6.5 to go.
Biggest lead of the game for them.
High post Ramsey turns, faces the basket. Looks underneath, not there. Goes baseline to Craze. Craze in front of the Viking bench. Dribbles it back out front. 14 on the shot clock. Craze all the way around to the right wing now. Back out front to Didi. 10 underneath. They work it back to Craze. She'll step inside the lane. It's knocked away and taken away by the Crusaders. Here comes Whittington. Looks underneath. Skip pass. Give it out top of the key. Adamas down the middle with the left hand, and that's going to be a charge.
Deidre McCoy. Deidre stepped into the lane, and Adamas runs over. You know, Holland Craze should probably taken that three a minute ago. She'd missed a couple, so a little hesitant, but Ramsey kicked it out to her, had a great look, and she passed it up, threw it away. So,
and that's exactly what you're saying that. Tim Dixon's saying the same thing to her. Shoot the ball.
Yeah, she had a good look. And I tell you, she's going to knock the three down, I think, before this game's over if she stays in.
So shoot the ball. 52-50, 6 minutes to go. Crusaders with a lead. Here's Holland Craze in front of the Viking bench, brings it back top of the key. Cut off there by Mariah Begin. Ramsey high post, hands it to McCoy. McCoy back to Ward. Ward going to drive left side, and she's going to be held and fouled by Whittington, her fourth.
That's 4. I would not, if I was Coach Don Adams, I would not have her on Ashley Ward right now.
I'm thinking same thing. 52-50. That's only the second foul. More importantly, though, that's the fourth on Whittington.
Yeah, let's get her out of here. This will be a completely different game.
Ramsey. Both teams have stayed in man-to-man defense, I think, all night long.
Yeah, they have.
Here's Petkova working against Ernst. Boy, she had it on her hip and then stopped the dribble. And has to take a timeout as she was closely guarded and nowhere to go, so she had to take a timeout. And that's one rule they have changed, where if you're not closely guarded, they're not going to call that 5-second count. But once you're closely guarded, you pick up the ball, that count starts, and she had picked up her dribble, so that count had started, so she had to take a timeout. 52-50. Vikings trail by 2. Vikings right now shooting 38%, 17 out of 45. Only 35% for Clarke, 20-57. But Joe, you look at the turnovers again. 23 turnovers for the Vikings. And the Vikings, all those free throws in the first half, they're yet to shoot one in the second
half. And I tell you, Kia Whittington almost single-handedly has spearheaded this comeback with her steals. If I was Coach Tim Dixon, I think I'd isolate Ashley. If she stays on Ashley Ward, I would isolate Ashley on one side of the floor, clear her out. I think she'll get some good pass to the basket. And you get Whittington out of the game, it's going to be a completely different game here the last 5.5 minutes.
No question. Whittington, again, leads this conference in steals, and she is showing why here in this fourth quarter. The Crusaders have outscored the Vikings 5-2 in the first 3.5 minutes, or the first 4.5 minutes of this quarter. Craze, McCoy, Ward, Petkova, Ramsey.
Should be Viking ball, I believe.
Crusaders will come out of the huddle with Adamas, Whittington with the 4 fouls. Ernst is out there. Begin is on the floor, as is Jayla Penny. Holland Craze will inbound. 5:29 to go.
Come on, ladies. Need a basket right here.
Craze gets it into Didi McCoy. McCoy top of the key. Nowhere to go. Spins around a screen by Petkova. A little bump, no call. Back out front to Craze. Craze holds, gives to Didi. Didi's going to drive. Left side to the basket. Forced up a shot. It goes out of bounds. And that was a good block.
Only 2 on the shot clock, though. Going to have to do something quickly.
Penny blocked the shot. Craze will inbound. Have to get it in and shoot it. Craze gets it into Petkova. Launches a 3. It's short. That's a shot clock violation. Ball never hit the rim.
Yeah, not much you can do with 2 seconds.
Got to catch it and shoot it.
Yep, that's what she did, just a little bit short.
So good possession defensively by the Crusaders. They have a 2-point lead. That's their largest of the game. Looking for more here. Here's Whittington, top of the key. Pinballs that ball on the floor. Now gives it off to Adamas. Penny. They run a little weave and a forearm is going to be called on Petkova, I believe.
Nobody even close to being in the two-shot bonus here. That's 2 fouls, only 2 fouls on each team here in the fourth quarter.
Petkova picked up her 4th.
And again, in women's basketball, 5 fouls constitutes 2 free throws, and that's it. No 1-and-1 anymore.
So a fresh 30 on the shot clock, 4:52 in the game. Penny leaves it for Begin, misses it, hits off the front of the rim. Rebound comes down to the Vikings, and they get it to Ward ahead of the pack. Has her shot blocked out of bounds, but it'll be a foul on Begin.
That's going to be 4 on Begin.
Ramsey got the rebound, quickly got it to Ward, and she was fouled. She'll shoot 2. Ashley tonight has 14 points to lead the Vikings. Salas will come back in after this first free throw.
If you can figure a way to get either Begin or Whittington out of the game, they're both key players for this Clarke Ball Club.
Ward's free throw, good.
Ashley's had a very solid game. I've got her at 15 points right now.
Yep, 15 points. And she could tie the game on this free throw. And does not, misses that one. That's only the 3rd miss for the Vikings from the line. 52-51, 4:37 to go. Crusaders with the basketball. That long trip from Dubuque. They came down yesterday, got here about midnight. And today, and here to play, and we'll head back after the contest. Almost over and back. Good catch by Adamas. 9 on the shot clock. Top of the key. Head and shoulder fake. Begin. Throws a runner up. Won't go. Ball loose on the floor. Picked up by Ivanova. Ivanova loses it out of bounds, but it was last touched by Penny.
I'll tell you what, the Vikings have really played some pretty good defense. Clarke's come down with several opportunities to expand the lead, and the Vikes have turned them away.
Petkova hands it to Didi.
Just need to score.
Yep, to Salas. Now they give it to Ward. Drives left side. Puts up the shot. Ooh. They wanted a foul on Whittington. She backed away at the last moment. Here's a lob underneath. Strong move off the glass by Ernst, and Ernst scores, and now it's a 3-point lead, 54-51.
Got to keep the ball out of her hands down low if we can.
I'm still surprised she's guarding Ward right now.
Yeah, I am too.
Get it to Ashley.
Yeah, clear it out.
Didi now reaching in and fouling. Didi is Penny, and that's her first foul.
I would clear it out, give Ashley the whole side of the floor to work, and Whittington's just going to back away. She can't reach or do anything. Move her feet, that's about it.
54-51. That 3-point lead's the largest lead the Crusaders have had in this contest. Ivanova at the top of the key now. Gives it off to Petkova. Back to Didi. 3:27 to go. High post Salas, and reaching in for the tie-up is Whittington.
Why do you do that with 4 fouls? Ooh, but she got away with it.
She got away with it. And I think Tim's saying, hey, did she have ball or arm?
Still Viking ball. 3:24 left to play.
Ivanova to inbound it, lobs it in to Didi. McCoy.
Next foul, the Vikes will be shooting 2 free throws.
Gives it off to Salas. Back to McCoy, underneath the Ward. Wide open, lays it in. There you go. Get the ball to Ward. There's not a thing Whittington can do about it.
That's got to be the game plan here down the stretch.
54-53 Crusaders. Whittington pounds that basketball, lobs it in. Strong move. Adonis has the shot blocked by Salas off the top of the head of Adamas, and it'll be Viking ball.
Yeah, Adamas didn't like the call, but that looked like a nice block that time by Jordan Salas. Big defensive play by the junior out of Winfield, Kansas.
So here come the Vikings trying to regain the lead. High post to Salas. Look out, almost traveled with it. Backdoor cut to McCoy. Puts up the shot. It's good, and the foul on Penny. McCoy gets the bucket down the baseline. Penny gets the foul. Chance for a 3-point play by Didi McCoy.
That's a nice pass by Jordan Salas. She got the ball at the high post. Didi McCoy cut back door, and Didi finished, and that's what you like to see the veteran do.
Let's see if Didi can knock this down. Free throw, good.
Yep.
3-point play. It's a 2-point lead for Valley, 56-54, 2:45 to go.
14 points, McCoy in the game.
Penny out front. There's the pass underneath, and getting away from Salas was Ernst, and that was easy from the left side.
That's the girl that's going to kill us. You got to keep the ball out of her hands. Got to help out down low on her.
56 all. McCoy to Salas. High post. Ooh, she threw it elbowed. Good thing that didn't connect, or she'd have been called for that. Here's Ward. Has the shot blocked. Out of bounds. Last touch by Ward. It was not Whittington who blocked it. It was either Ernst or Penny who blocked the shot.
Whittington backed off that time, which was smart on her part, but nice drive. But Ashley's doing the right thing. She's got to keep taking that ball to the rack.
56 all, 2:19 left.
This doesn't smell like triple overtime, does it?
It could. 2:10 to go. Tie ball game. Begin with the basketball. Lobs it underneath to Ernst. Turns in a lane. Pushed by Salas.
That's still only the third foul on the Vikings. So that's a non-shooting foul. So Vikes still have one foul to give before Clarke will be in that double bonus. So maybe when Ernst gets a ball down like that.
They called it on Petkova. That's 5. So that's
that it?
Even though it's not a shooting foul, that's a big foul. Petkova out of the game.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
I thought it was on Salas.
Yeah, I did too.
All right, Holland Craze will come in. So Veronica, 8 points and fouled out of the game.
And all 8 of Veronica's points in the first half.
All right, the ball will belong to the Crusaders with 2:03 to go and a tie game at 56. They give it to Ernst, top of the key. Round to Whittington. Whittington into the corner. Fake a 3. Whittington has it. They want to now a foul away from the ball on McCoy, I think, and that's team foul number 4. Nope, they're going to call it on Ivanova. That's the second foul on Ivanova.
Tim
that's
Dixon getting a little vocal with the official right here.
Timmy.
Come on, Tim.
All right, here's the pass into Ernst, top of the key. Back it comes to Whittington. Whittington skip pass. Underneath, they go to Ernst, and that's going to be a charge as she ran over McCoy. Ernst picks up number 3.
Boy, she's played a long time with 2 fouls.
Yes.
Nice defense again by Deidre. That's the second charge Deidre's taken here in the fourth quarter. Vikes get it back under 2 minutes to play, all tied up.
1:46 left, 56 all. McCoy into the forecourt. Works it to Ivanova, high post Salas. Good job, spreads that body out, takes a look. Now drives right side, head and shoulder fake, puts it up with the left hand, no good. Ball pinballs in the lane, it's going to come away to the Crusaders. Begin with a rebound. She finds Whittington. 1:25 to go. Whittington into the forecourt. Salas, strong move, but came up a little short. Now underneath, they get it to the gal they want to have the ball. Ernst, and she scores. It's 58-56. Did I say 51 to 60 wins, Joe?
Yeah, you're pretty close, I think.
58-56, 1:08 to go. Salas at the high post, looks for Craze, not there, turns, faces the basket, looks, double team, falls down, but gives it to Ivanova. Ivanova hands it off to Craze. Craze, top of the key. We're under a minute to go.
Salas is hurt. Jordan Salas is hurt. She's in pain.
Here's Didi down the middle of the run. That shot is blocked.
Jordan Salas is hurt. She can't even move out there, and
now
the officials don't
need to stop play.
Yeah, there they go. They should have stopped it when the Vikings had the ball. She was just standing there grimacing in pain, and surely one of the 3 officials had to see that.
Yeah, when the Vikings had the ball, they could have stopped it, and then they went and had the Crusaders been on a fast break, they would not have stopped it. But boy, that's another player that goes down for the Vikings. Remember earlier in this game, Haley Meyer came out with a knee injury.
This looks like a knee. It looks like a knee right here, too, I think.
Haley has ice on her right knee, and now Salas coming out, and she's not putting any pressure at all on her right leg. Wow. And already out is Peyton Funk with a knee injury. Lindsey Denny's out with a rib injury. And coming in is going to be Swisegood with 43 seconds to go. 25 on the shot clock. Boy, the injuries,
Yeah, and then really, and those 2 girls both playing very well. Haley Meyer had a big game, and, Haley, Haley had 7 points in the game, and Jordan Salas, Jordan had 6, and they both did a good job on the inside against this good Clarke team. So right now it's going to be Ivanova, McCoy, Swisegood, Ward, and Holland Craze. Those are the 5 on the floor right now.
Wow. 58-56. How about Ernst and Whittington? There's no secret to who their players are.
Yeah.
Well, Ernst now has 16. Whittington has 13. And
now you really all you got with any size right now is Swisegood, and Ernst's a load. She's a load down low, so you kind of know where Clarke's going to try to take the ball right now.
58-56. Injuries mount. Now they can take a lot of time off this clock if they choose to do so. Penny will inbound it. Fires it out by the Mid-court stripe to young Kia Whittington. She'll hold it. 38 seconds to go. 19 on the shot clock. Now high post. They go to Ernst. Back to Whittington. Whittington swings it around to begin. This is a huge possession. 10 on the shot clock. 27 on the game clock. Begin. Puts it on the floor. Fires it all the way across to Whittington. Her three ball is no good. Rebound put back up and in by Begin. Mariah Begin with an offensive rebound. You said we didn't have much size, and it paid off then that time for the Crusaders. Vikings got to go. They're down by 4. Here comes Ward. Drives left side. Puts it up. No good, but a foul with 7.7 seconds remaining.
Is that Whittington or is that on Penny?
Nope.
They call it on Penny.
He put the 2 up. You said, well, that's Whittington, but it's 2-5. It's on Penny. All right. It's a 2-possession game, 7.7 seconds remaining. Joe,
Right,
that lack of size was key on that.
On that offensive, Begin's not that big a girl, but she got that rebound.
Ashley misses the free throw. She's 3 out of 5.
Well, Vikes are going to need to foul immediately on the inbound.
And then probably going to need a 3. For the first time, Sierra Adams comes in. Boy, Meyer and Salas, those injuries big in this game.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Free throw good. It's a 3-point game. So you're right, Joe. I think the Vikings, Higa will come in. They'll have to foul immediately.
Yeah, you've only got less than 8 seconds left to play. So, you know they're going to, Whittington's going to inbound, so she's not going to be the free throw shooter, it doesn't look like.
She'll run the baseline. They've got to get it in. Got to get the ball in. They do, and there's the foul on Ivanova as they foul Penny. Penny is 2 for 4 from the line. She really just needs to make 1.
Hits either free throw, it's pretty
tough.
well a done deal.
Let's see. From the free throw line, this young lady's a 67% free throw shooter. Just 7 out of 21 on the year. Check it. She's hit 2 for 4, so she's 9 out of 23 on the year.
I'm kind of surprised they had Whittington throwing the ball in that time. I think you'd want her trying to pop loose.
Needs to hit 1 out of the 2 if you're rooting for the Crusaders, and she does just that. So the Vikings need something to happen in 7 seconds, so they'll lose their 4th straight conference contest. Second free throw is on the way, and it's good. 2 big free throws for Penny. The Vikings will take a timeout, but Joe, it's a 2-possession game with just 7 seconds to go. And now you know what Clarke's going to say. Hey, let's just don't foul here.
They're going to back away and just, no fouls. It's 2 possessions in 7 seconds. That's pretty tough.
Wow, Vikings had a 48-47 lead. And again, this 4th quarter, and I won't bring it up, bad news, but you look at the 4th quarter, and the Vikings once again being outscored here in the 4th quarter. And that's just it's been tough on the Vikings all year. And the same thing happened at Avila the other night.
Well, and look at it in the 4th quarter. Ernst has 3 baskets in the 4th quarter, 12 in the second half. Whittington in the second half, I've got her with looks like 8, 9, 10, 11. So those 2 girls come up with 23 points in the second quarter. They did very little in the first half. Of course, they had to sit out a good part of the first half, but they have 23 points between the 2 of them in the second half, and they've definitely been the difference in this game.
Joe, look at this score. Evangel just beat Mid-American Nazarene 61-53.
Where was that game? Was that played in Springfield?
In Olathe.
In Olathe?
61-53 is the number they give us here. And then Baker whipped Graceland, no surprise there, 78-49.
Is that 3 in a row for Mid-America?
Yeah, I don't know if they have injuries or what.
You think Leon Neal, head coach of the Avila women's, dancing in the aisles right now?
And then CMU beat Culver 76-64. Those are the scores we have. All right, here we go. Craze will inbound, have to hurt. Didi has it. That time is a wasting. She drives in for the right side, scores, 3.2 seconds to go. Vikings now foul immediately, but only 2.1 seconds. So McCoy got the 2.
Well, and if she doesn't hit both of these free throws,
you still got a shot.
You can. I got to hit just one of them. She hits one of them. If she hits one, it's over.
And again, it's Penny at the line.
Yeah, she's the one that just drained a couple of minutes ago.
So she has a lot of confidence. Foul was on Craze, her first, but that really doesn't matter now. All right, 1 free throw, and that'll do it. Penny fires the first one. That's it. She hit him, and good. Give Jayla Penny credit. She's hit her last 3 free throws under pressure, and so Clarke's going to come in after that long road trip, and they're going to get the win. Congratulations to this ball club as she hits them both. That's 4 straight for Jayla Penny. And now the Vikings throw it in, have to throw it down court, and that's it. 664 to 59. And again, it's the 4th quarter where the Vikings are outscored, and now they have dropped 4 straight in the conference, and they fall to 3-9 in conference play. So it has been a rough stretch for the Vikings. And Joe, the Vikings in conference play have lost six straight in conference play. So it fall to 3-9 in the league, and now Clarke goes to 6-6. We'll be back. We'll talk to the coach and wrap up game 1 in just a moment.
Music is a bridge between the material and the spiritual. My name is Harvey Lauer, and I'm 82. As a blind person, you have to be aware that nobody can tell you what you can or can't do. You really have to try things. My folks got me a little radio in 1940, and that was the best Christmas present I ever got. When I was 11 years old is when I started to play music, play the piano, and then the accordion, and then the cello. My wife, who was also blind, was a good cook. When she died, that's when I started Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
We are back, and Tim Dixon joins us. Coach, I want to start with the injuries tonight. My goodness, you had a couple players already out. Peyton Funk was out of the ball game, Lindsey Denny, and then I thought 2 gals who were really playing well for you tonight, Haley Meyer and also Jordan Salas, both had to go out with knee injuries. Wow, that's tough.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, and hopefully we'll check on them and see if everything's okay. I'm not sure what the severity is, so we'll find out. But the reality is we threw it away to start the 3rd, and that was the ball game. And, we're our own worst enemy sometimes, and that we proved it again. And if we can take care of the ball a little better, and, we had 24 turnovers. And we only, the sad thing is we had 8 at half. Right. And that's the thing, you can't have, I don't even know, holy crap, 12 turnovers or 14 turnovers and expect to win in the second half. So, we'll see what's going on, and we'll reassess our kids, and hopefully we'll get back and be ready to go either Saturday or next Wednesday or whenever we play next.
Coach, Ashley Ward, big ball game for you. She had 18 points. Good to see Dee Dee back. First half, your free throw percentage was fantastic, 14 out of 16. Didn't get to the line that many times, though, in the second half.
We got the line a lot in the first half, and then they just quit calling it. And again, it's never blame officials, but it's that, and it's everybody can complain about that. Listen, I've been across every level from high school up to WNBA, and every coach always complains that the refereeing is never consistent from half to half, and it showed for us. I mean, we shot 16 in the first half and 5 in the second, and we didn't change anything the way we do, and they just let things go, and then they reversed it and gave Clarke all the foul calls. So, hats off to Clarke. They played better, and the funny thing is, we outshot them. We held them to 36%. Yeah. We're in the top 50, we're actually not even top 50. We're in the top 30 in the nation in defense. And again, right. We got to put the ball in the hole. And once we do that, we'll start winning games.
Coach, we don't know if we play Saturday or not. We'll just have to wait and see what happens with the storm. So whether it's Saturday or whether it's next week or whatever, it's another home game, another chance to try to get over the hump here in the 4th quarter, isn't it? The 4th quarter is kind of driving you nuts right now.
Yeah, and again, it's more of the second half, I think, in the 4th quarter for us. But, kids are playing hard, and sometimes that leads to turnovers. And like you say, we're not going to win many ball games when you have 16 turnovers in the second half. So.
Coach, we'll talk to you either Saturday or sometime next week.
Sounds good, guys.
Thanks,
I appreciate
buddy.
it. Thanks.
Appreciate it. Let's get Joe in here. We'll go over the score, and then we're going to wrap things up here in this first game. A tough loss for the Vikings. They're outscored again in the 4th quarter, and so that is a trend that continues. Joe, how about the scoring real quickly, and then we'll get ready for the men's game.
All right, let's run this down very quickly. A nice win for Clarke tonight as they come from behind in the second half to win it For the Vikings, the leading scorer was Ashley Ward. AW had 18 points, 16 for Deidre McCoy. They both played very well. 8 points for Veronica Petkova, 7 for Haley Meyer before getting injured, 6 points for Jordan Salas before getting injured, 3 points for Annette Pettersson, and 1 free throw for Devin Swisegood. For Clarke, the leading scorer, 3 girls in double figures. Kelsey Ernst, the big second half, she winds up with 16. Kia Washington with 13, 11 for Mariah Begin. They're the big 3 on that team. 8 for Natasha Adamus, the big girl. She had 8. 4 points for Ashley Werner, 3 each for Faith Begin and Jade Ramirez. And I think that's it for the Crusaders.
All right, Crusaders win it. Thanks to all of our fine sponsors, KMMO Radio and Marshall. Our broadcast there brought to you by Marshall Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Broadcast copyrighted by the Mass Communications Department of the Communications, Humanities, and Human Service Division, Missouri Valley College, for the private use of our audience. Any retransmission or the use of the content of this broadcast without the express written consent, Missouri Valley College is prohibited. Clarke wins the first game. We're back in about 15 minutes with game number 2 on KMMO and the Viking Sports Network. See you in just a while.